tune right now. Request to me, I dedicate that tune to myself. So to me, the boy can't stop me in this. So I'm sure I'm wanting the business of that coffee, no boy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, yeah. Yeah, we just, we were on a car ride for 6 hours, but I'm good regarding that, you know.
What have you prepared for tonight?
No, I have the new tracks that I spin. So I have a new album coming out, so I'm gonna spin a lot of those tracks. I have a bunch of remixes that I did, but I never really prepare my set. So I always just play what I think the audience will like at that particular moment.
The album you're gonna release this year, it's with old tracks?
I did an album with old tracks, and I'm now also doing an album with new tracks, just all brand new.
How did you start your musical career?
How did I start? Well, I don't know. I actually played some instruments, and then I played, you know, in bands and things like that. And I really didn't like practicing, so I decided, you know, working with a computer and making music with a computer focuses on composing. So I like that better, and I've been doing it ever since, basically.
What kind of music did you used to play when you were in a band?
In a band, oh, there was all sorts of stuff. Yeah, just, I don't know. I played the guitar, for instance. So yeah, then you play music that required a guitar, but it was, yeah, rock type of stuff, you know.
What were the artists that influenced you in your musical career in early stages?
In the early stages, I don't know. I guess that the artists at the time that I thought were good were like, I liked Aphex Twin, and I liked Square Pusher, and I liked what was released on PCP recordings. I liked the drum and bass that came out at the time, you know, but it was still jungle at the time. So yeah, it's basically the stuff that I bought on records at the time is what influenced me at that particular moment. Yeah.
Did the Gabba scene influence you in any way?
Well, it did, obviously. I I do hardcore as well as the scene together with ID, and yeah, we liked going to hardcore parties, and we obviously liked the people that played there, and we liked the music. So yeah, it was, yeah, definitely.
What kind of music did your parents used to listen when you were a kid?
My friends, they listen to all sorts of music, and I grew up, my family is quite musical, so yeah, my dad actually used to DJ as well, and the thing is that I grew up with all sorts of music, from classical music to the music that was, you know, like pop music, to more underground type of stuff. And I think the first time that I heard electronic music that caught me was a release by The Art of Noise, and I think I was, I don't know, like 9 years old or 8 years old or something like that. And at that point I was like, I want to do this too, because it was fascinating, you know. It sounded new, and it sounded daring, and they did stuff that I'd never heard before. So I was like, well, that's something that I want to do later in life, and well, here I am. So.
What's the first CD or cassette tape that you bought?
First one, I think that was Licensed to Ill by the Beastie Boys, actually.
Some people will describe your music as dark or sometimes sad. What's the feeling or the feelings that nurture this music?
Well, I guess there's a certain darkness that I like, but I like the type of like it's yeah, melodramatic darkness. It's not really like one type of emotion that drives me to do what I do, but I usually write music just based on the emotion that I have at that particular moment. And then when you also write for dance floors, or you know, you keep in mind your audience and you keep in mind a party vibe. So it's usually like a balance between those things, you know. So on the one hand you have the more melodramatic type of approach, and at the other hand you have the energetic dance floor approach. So, and I try to combine that into tracks that sound as a, you know, as a whole, basically.
How will you describe your audience?
My audience, I don't know, diverse. I guess, yeah. I like the fact that the people that listen to my music just are coming from all sorts of places. You know, that it's not like one specific type of person that listens to this stuff. It's very diverse.
Some people say that high BPM producers are the best producer in the world. Have you, and they can do any kind of music. Have you thought of doing mainstream music?
I've considered it, obviously, and the thing is that I'm at a place with my music that I feel comfortable, but I do like to experiment, and I also find that if you've been doing underground music for all your life, then it's actually an experiment to try something mainstream. So I don't know. I see where I just go where my gut feeling takes me. You know, so I don't know. It could happen. You never know.
I also have a curiosity. Gabba Current had gone mainstream in Holland. Why is that?
I think it just blew up. It just got so big that it became mainstream. Like certain companies, they basically smelled money. So they were like, yeah, we're going to commercialize this. And consequently, the music became less interesting for people interested in underground music. And it just got picked up by all sorts of people who didn't really understand the culture, but did want, a piece of the pie when it came to businesses, or with audiences. They just wanted their own approach to it, and they just wanted to tag along with the whole thing. But eventually it became more underground again. So it's basically it's been going up and down regarding that.
How will you describe to an outsider the darkstep society and the music scene?
Well, I think it's a music style, and the music is very dedicated, as in the audience is very dedicated, and the artists are as well. It's a music it's a type of music that might come across initially like cold and distant and dark, but if you listen to it more closely, you realize that there's more nuance to it, and that is what keeps people so interested in this type of music. And I think it's that type of darkness that attracts them, you know.
What advice will you give to a kid who wants to start a music career, or producer or DJ career?
The first and foremost thing I think is important is that they try to be their own, that they try to be an individual and not, you can copy things, you can be influenced by others, but try to develop your own skills. Basically just try to have your own unique style, because in the end that will make you stand out, and as a producer and as a DJ and everything, because there's a lot of people that do music and some of them are pretty good at it, but I don't like it when I I get a bunch of promos and I listen to them and I can't tell who's who. I like hearing who's who, so try to incorporate yourself into the music, because it makes it more personal, and consequently it makes it more interesting for people to listen to.
A message to all your audience and listeners.
Well, to the people that are coming tonight, I hope you're gonna have a great time, and to the people that generally like my music, thank you for liking my music, thank you for all the support all these years, and I hope you'll continue giving me that support, because that's what keeps me going, and it's really been great. Hello, this is DJ Hidden, and you're watching I Think I Like It on UTV.
Think I like it,